Hello folks, Phillip Wiginton here. First of all, thank you for clicking on my video. I would love to have you as a subscriber. There's a little button down at the bottom of the screen there that I'd love to have you click that and become a subscriber. There's also a little bell icon next to it that will cause you to get a notification when I put up a new video. I'd love to hear your comments on the videos that I put up, the music that I play. If you happen to have a request for a song, if it's not one that I know already, I'll be glad to try to learn it. Today I want to tell you a guitar story, and it's really a story about life because I can't imagine my life without having a guitar in my hand. A guitar has blessed me so much, being able to play around with a guitar. So I'm going to do this story in multiple parts, not because I talk a lot, because I'm old. So it's going to take a couple of videos to tell the whole story. So I was born at a very young age. No, we won't go back that far, but I was the seventh child of Ernest and Vera Wiginton. I guess it took them a while to get it right. I'm the baby. I was petted and all those things. But having those, the parents I did and having the siblings that I did growing up was one of the great blessings of my life. So anyway, I'm going to tell you a little bit about that and focus on how guitars have enriched my life. So when I was about 7 years old, my brother Lloyd, he's the middle brother, my oldest brother Junior, that we called him, passed away earlier this year, so we certainly miss him. My middle brother Lloyd began learning to play the guitar from a fellow who lived up on the hill from us, and I remember that guy had a electric guitar. It was, I think, a Gibson ES 335. I remember it was bright red. So Lloyd began learning to play the guitar from our neighbor, and wasn't long before Lloyd began to hit up our daddy to get a guitar, because it's hard to practice if you don't have one. So apparently my dad began to ask around about a guitar. We didn't have a guitar store in my hometown of Hamilton, Alabama. We lived about 9 miles out of Hamilton, between Hamilton and Hackleburg, which is where my dad was born. So he was able to locate a guitar. A fella had a guitar for sale. He wanted $6 for that guitar, and my dad dickered with him a little bit. That's what we called it. And the guy agreed to take $2 a month for 3 months to pay off the guitar. So we had a guitar in the house. So as Lloyd continued to learn from the neighbor on the hill, he would come home and begin to teach me. And we would sit in a big armchair, and Lloyd would sit on one arm, I would sit on the other arm, and we would pass the guitar back and forth, and Lloyd would teach me what he had learned. The first song that he taught me was Hang Down Your Head, Tom Dooley, and it went like this. The second song that I remember Lloyd teaching me was much more difficult. It was a song called Wildwood Flower, and it took a long time. I'm still working on Wildwood Flower as well as Hang Down Your Head, Tom Dooley. So here is Wildwood Flower, the way I played it back when I was 7 years old. Here you go. the guitar my dad found for us, I call it for us, it was Lloyd's guitar, but we remember it to be a harmony guitar, and a guitar of dark wood and a small body. Somewhere along the way, that guitar was given away, lost, whatever. But a couple of years ago, I started wanting to have a guitar, at least a representative guitar of that first one. It took me a couple of tries, but I found a guitar I believe is like the one that we had, and that's the one I'm holding here, the one I'm playing. When I was 7 years old, that was 1964. So the guitar was not new when we got it, so it must have been built in the early 1960s, maybe the 1950s. I'm not sure how old this one is, but it is one like it. Helped me and Lloyd to learn the guitar. Lloyd, as a matter of fact, was a much more accomplished musician than I ever was. He later was in a band called the Sounds of Time. It was a rage around where we lived. And they actually recorded a 45 record that had two of their songs. On one side was Sunshine Baby. On the other side was Leave Us Alone. They were quite popular. They actually had their song played on American Bandstand, which was a big show back in those days. But this first guitar was surely a blessing to us, and I thank my father for helping to fulfill a dream that we had. So first guitar, a harmony guitar. So let's take a look at the next guitar.